Okay, we are live coming up on 5:05 p.m. This was scheduled for 5 o'clock,
Yes,
so we're just a couple minutes late. And we've got David in the house. He
David
said
Newby,
29 to go. Okay, what does 29 to go mean?
like 29 minutes to go.
Oh, he was in early, huh?
Yeah.
Is that the idea? Okay, so yeah, this is just kind of like a off the cuff, spur of the moment quickie broadcast. You did one on your channel and Ask Me Anything. Um, and we're in here because we haven't done one for a while and Christmas is coming up. So this is you're wearing a
Christmas.
Christmassy outfit. Lance is in the house. He probably has some plans for Christmas. Oh, look, he's got the orange. Oh, we're in the Bitcoin.
Yeah, we're
We're
in
in
the
the
Bitcoin
Bitcoin
orange.
brand. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, because we're going to talk about Bitcoin because there's a lot of FUD out there and a lot of people are panicking. Okay, so let's see if we go in here to banners. Is there a cool banner that I can show?
Wait, this is
Bitcoin
Briefit
flows.
Dance. This
Well, that's okay.
this is Briefit Dance.
Bitcoin flows from the weak to the strong hand. So that's perfect for today. And I can switch this now to Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
And
We don't have
let's see,
much.
learn more about Bitcoin at hope.com. We don't even have my link, my Bitcoin link.
No.
Whoa. We bet we
CraigShipp.com
better
slash
create
Bitcoin.
one. Yeah. Can you type it for Bitcoin info?
For Bitcoin info.
Bitcoin info. See CraigShipp.com slash Bitcoin. Yeah, because we got a lot of information on there that folks can, here's the thing with this, with Bitcoin, this is a knowledge arbitrage. This is what we call a knowledge arbitrage. It's the people, you hear the haves and the have nots. You've heard that before? There's people that have the Bitcoin knowledge, and there are people that do not. It's simple as that. It's an education thing. Okay. It's just like in the early days of the internet, there were some people that understood that, for example, .com domain names could be valuable because they were all first come, first grab. The first
Right.
person that got in and registered a particular domain name, unless it was something that was copyrighted, like Coca-Cola, right? Like if you just registered the name Hope, right? Like Michael Saylor registered hope.com. He was the first one to register it, so he got it. And that was simply knowledge. That was simply that he knew that simple, easy to remember .com domain names were going to be valuable. So he registered that. And by the way, he uses hope.com right now for information about Bitcoin. How ironic is that? So, and he's the guy that wrote the book, The Mobile Wave. This is Michael
Hmm.
Saylor. And he predicted all of the things that were going to happen with Facebook, Twitter, all the mobile apps. He just predicted all of it, right? The guy's a genius. The guy's literally a rocket scientist. And so here's the thing. He has shared his entire playbook with anybody that wants to check it out. Just go to hope.com. He's got all the information there. He could keep all of this a secret for himself so that he could
That's true.
continue to front run everybody else and get all the Bitcoin before anybody else knew anything
But
about
he's
it.
actually
But he's
going out
sharing.
and
He's sharing the information.
doing interviews and
Now
stuff.
his company owns 130,000 Bitcoin, right? So he already has a pretty good head start. And he owns what, 17,000 himself?
Yeah,
Something like
about
that.
like
He's probably
that.
added more.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. This is the interesting thing about Bitcoin is there are a lot of people out there that are willing to share the information with anybody that will listen.
Hmm.
They're willing to do that. And to boil it down to a few key points, Bitcoin solved a major issue which is, how do you have a native currency for the internet? How do you have a currency, something that people can exchange peer to peer, person to person, without a middleman involved? Okay. Not talking about PayPal here. I'm talking about something without a middleman. How do you invent something where I can send something of value from me to you, and you can be anywhere in the world and nobody can stop it? Basically a financial layer of the internet, a protocol, if you will, an open protocol that anybody can interact with. That as long as you follow the rules, nobody can stop you from interacting with it. And the rules are based on the code and the math involved. The Bitcoin doesn't know or care who you are, doesn't know or care your religion, doesn't know or care anything about your beliefs. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to be a living organism. You could be a robot interacting with the Bitcoin
That's true.
protocol, and Bitcoin
Anything.
wouldn't care as
Anyone
long as you
and anything.
followed the rules.
Yeah.
And as long as you can properly sign the transaction with your private keys, that transaction's going to go to whoever you sent it to. And it's a done deal. And nobody can stop it. It's final settlement. It's not like you are using a Visa card and you're buying something and final settlement might come to that store months later, right? And actually that transaction can be reversed. It can be clawed back, right? Even some wire transfers can be clawed back. Okay? Bitcoin, it's final settlement. It's done. Okay?
They can't freeze your Bitcoin.
So these are some very important things that literally 99% of the people out there in the world don't know these things.
That's true.
Don't understand it. Ray's in the house. He's a smart guy. He probably understands. He says, "Hey, Craig and Bree,
Ray.
hello. We're just hanging out, just having a little discussion. You know, I did have something interesting happen the other day. I have to be honest on this channel.
Let's be honest.
And this has happened 2 different times. It's a very rare occurrence. But I have had 2 times I can recall where randomly this watch was all of a sudden off by like 5 minutes or 6 minutes or something. It's 2 different times it's happened. I don't remember. One was maybe 5 minutes, one was maybe 6 or 7 minutes. And normally it's spot on, just spot right on the second. So I have no idea. It's not like I've done anything different. It's not like I've set it down for a while in a different position like I normally don't do. It's just 2 random times. Now this is in, how long have I had this thing? 4 years now? Something like that. So I mean, it's no big deal.
2018 or something.
It's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? But it's just an anomaly that I don't know why it just randomly did it. Now, so far, the 002 has not randomly done this. It stayed right on, and it gains about, I want to say about 7 seconds a month.
Yeah.
This one, the 231, gains like a fraction of a second a month. I mean, I can literally go 5 months and it might gain a second, something like that. It's insanely accurate, with the exception of those 2 random times that the time was off.
But it comes back on.
No, I have to reset it.
Oh, you have to reset it.
If I notice that, and again, it's only happened twice in 4 years. So, I mean, but I noticed it one time and I said, what's going on here? Did I accidentally set it wrong or something? Right? Did I make the mistake? And so I just reset it.
Yeah.
And then it happened again the other day. Same exact thing happened. So strange anomaly.
I wonder if other Grand Seiko users have had that problem.
I haven't heard anybody say much about it. The spring drives have notoriously been very reliable. They've got a really good reputation as far as being robust and
Yeah.
reliability and all that. But I have heard a few have had to go in for service and have had issues. I mean, it happens occasionally, but it is a rare. It's rare when that happens. We have some news. You celebrated one whole Bitcoin. You're a whole coiner now.
Yay.
You own one whole Bitcoin. Let's show the tweet.
Let's show the tweet.
And you can see that's a tweet from December 18. That was yesterday. And she tweeted out that she now has one whole Bitcoin. Scroll down so they can see where it says you have one. Yeah, right there.
Exactly
So
one.
she has exactly one whole Bitcoin and quite a milestone. And if you scroll back up to where they can see the Trezor symbol, you can see there that she's got a Trezor device, hardware device that she uses to help secure the Bitcoin. And so that Bitcoin is safe and sound. And
Oh yeah, not going anywhere.
you're just holding it. You're just a long-term holder of Bitcoin.
Yes.
Now, this is your first what we call a bear market, where the market is down. And this Bitcoin rolls in 4-year cycles typically. For those who don't know, what we call the 4-year cycle is there is what's called a halving event. And that happens every 4 years, where the issuance rate of new Bitcoin, which the miners issue, that is cut in half. So a little over 2 years ago, it was cut down to 6.25 Bitcoin. And what happens when there's a halving event like that is there's a supply shock. And typically after the halving event, usually 8-10 months after or whatever, we hit a peak. There's a lot of hype around the halving event, and a lot of people FOMO in and buy Bitcoin. And because the market cap is relatively small still, the price can run up significantly. And that's what happened in 2021. The halving was in 2020. Bitcoin peaked in 2021 at like $65,000. It did had two peaks. It went up and then it came down. It went back up again. And so there's a lot of FOMO, a lot of people. Oh my God, it's going to 100,000. All this stuff, right? People going crazy. This is just an insane pump of the Bitcoin price. And then what happens typically after that is people come down to earth. People realize, oh, this was a lot of FOMO, and people start selling, especially the people that have been in it for a long time and have seen this before and so on. They, weekends, whatever, they sell their Bitcoin. And then there's a major pullback as a result of this. And so the price pulls back significantly. And that pullback is usually 2 years after the halving, which coincidentally is now, and goes on for like a year or so, which would bring it through 2023. And then guess what? The cycle repeats 2024 and early 2024, probably April or May-ish. There's going to be the next Bitcoin halving. And so there's probably going to be a bunch of hype, a bunch of discussion, and of course, because the supply is cut in half, there's less supply. So even if the demand stays the same, the price has to go up. But if the demand increases because a lot of talk and a lot of hype and so forth, that's where we get these big pumps and the price can go up significantly.
So they're selling the Bitcoin for fiat.
Yeah, they're taking profits. Okay. Now, here's the problem with selling your Bitcoin when something like that is happening. The problem is, at some point, these 4-year cycles are going to be over with. At some point, the market cap will get to such a point where the price can't go up as aggressively and can't go down as aggressively as it can now with a smaller market cap. And so at some point, this is the danger of selling your Bitcoin at what you think is the top. Let's say, for example, you were really called it, and this last time in 2021, you sold your Bitcoin at $65,000. You literally nailed the top, right? Now you're waiting to buy back in, right? And Bitcoin's at 16,500 or whatever right now. And let's say you're waiting for 10,000 and that doesn't come, right? And you're sitting there in cash. And let's say we come around to 2024 and all of a sudden the Bitcoin price starts pumping.
Yeah.
Right? When do you buy back in?
You don't.
You some people just don't. Some people don't buy back in and they end up they don't have their Bitcoin, right? They think they
They
sold the
have
top. There are people literally that
fiat.
sold one of the first big pumps in Bitcoin's history was when it went from like $3 to like $30. Okay? And there were people that sold the $30 top. That was the top, right? $30.
All-time high.
And yeah, all-time high, right? Right. And they wish. And so it turned out that it would have been a lot smarter for them to just hold that puppy and just continue to hold with a strong hand. And I think that that's the better move, because here's the other problem with trying to time the market and buy and sell the top and buy the bottom is that's a taxable event every time you do that.
That's true.
So you need to pay taxes on that profit. So you better buy back significantly cheaper in order to overcome the tax liabilities as well. And so for all of those reasons, I don't even try to time the tops and bottoms. I just keep buying Bitcoin and keep stacking Bitcoin. I do buy more aggressively when we're in a bear market like we're in right now. I've been buying a little more aggressively. When it got over $40,000 the last time when that big pump that was going on, I wasn't buying. I bought a little bit in the 40s. I don't think I bought any in the 50s, and I don't think I bought any in the 60s, $60,000 range. So I kind of pulled back on my buying, right? But in the overall scheme of things, we're still so early that only about 1% of the people really know very much at all about Bitcoin. And probably half of that 1% really know about Bitcoin. So we're still extremely early in the adoption of this amazing technology, this technology that has been compared to the wheel and electricity and some of these inventions. It's that significant. It's a very significant invention that this person, Satoshi Nakamoto, who we don't know who that is, that he invented. He came up with this, or discovered it, whatever term you want to use. He came up with this way of having peer-to-peer money on the internet and making it workable. Up until him, a whole bunch of people had tried, and nobody was able to successfully achieve it.
They've been trying to create another Bitcoin, or a better Bitcoin.
Yeah, because here, well, even before him, they were trying to create, digital cash, if you will. And one of the big problems was, how do you prevent double spend? How do you prevent me sending a Bitcoin to you and also to Ray, right?
Oh.
How do you prevent that, right? And so the Bitcoin protocol and the way it all works, he overcame those issues. And he also designed it so it was anti-fragile and not subject to capture by either government or corporations, that it couldn't be successfully attacked, if you will. So he solved all those issues.
And also decentralized.
That's what I mean. And it had to be decentralized in order to be resistant to attack, right? In order to not have some one entity controlling it. Like, sure, you can use PayPal.
Third party.
You can use PayPal to send money from here to there, right? I get a PayPal account, you get a PayPal account, I send you some money.
Pay PayPal.
But not only do you have to pay PayPal, but they can cut you off.
That's true.
They can literally shut down your account if they want to. They can say, hey, you can send money to this person, that person, that person, but you can't send money to this bad guy over here.
Yeah.
Right? He wants to protest the government. You can't give him money, right? So it's not, you can't compare anything like that to Bitcoin.
No
Bitcoin
way.
is peer to peer. This is what's so interesting. It's, I can send it from me to you with no middleman involved. All there is a distributed ledger that's distributed all around the world by people that are voluntarily running the software, running a node. People are voluntarily running the mining rigs, computers basically that are running, that are generating the blocks in the blockchain, if you will. They're voluntarily doing all of this. And as long as they follow the rules of the protocol, they're in like Flint. They're fine. But if they start doing something wrong, Bitcoin is so cool that it just ignores them. It just says, okay, you're doing your own thing over there. You're not following the rules. Okay, then you're on your own. And it just cuts them off. And so that becomes a fork of Bitcoin. That becomes another thing that is not on the Bitcoin, the actual real Bitcoin blockchain. So any transactions you did or whatever are just ignored by the system because you didn't follow the rules.
Hmm.
So it's very ingenious. It is, it's
And also,
something,
it becomes stronger
the more it's attacked, it becomes
the
stronger.
more it's
Absolutely.
attacked.
It's designed to be anti-fragile. It's designed to be attacked. And so far it has shaken off any attacks
Yep.
with a blom, whatever that word is. Okay, Jason's in the house, and he had some Bitcoin. I think he still has some Bitcoin, but he sold a lot of his Bitcoin. He
Yeah.
was trying to time the market, and we'll see if he's successful on that. Steve is in the house. Elon has been very quiet on BTC in recent
That's
times.
true.
A lot of people during the bear markets, a lot of people become real quiet about Bitcoin, right? They take it out of their
Yeah.
Twitter
Yeah.
handles. They take it, but Jack Dorsey hasn't. It's still,
He's Bitcoin
it's
long.
still on his Twitter. Jason
Long
says he's
Bitcoin.
buying Bitcoin every day.
That's
Um,
good.
so it's still on his Twitter. But some people absolutely, when you have these bear markets, some people pull back, right? And they'll come back when there's the next bull market, right? They'll all come back and embrace Bitcoin and talk about how great it is and all that, right? And and but some of them have an agenda, right? People like Peter Schiff, right, who's a gold bug. Obviously, he has agenda because he's pro gold, right? So he'll be attacking Bitcoin until the day he dies. And then there are people like that run banks and things like that, like Jamie Dimon and people like that, that obviously they will attack Bitcoin again until the day they die because it's competing with them.
Yeah.
It can potentially make them obsolete.
Yes.
So why on earth would you embrace something like that, right? So let's do a time check here. Coming up on 5:30, right? So the 002 just streaming along. And I have been seeing, my goodness, I've been seeing some people share photos of their collection of watches. And this one guy had just a ton of steel watches, a ton of them. I mean, he probably had 30 or 40 steel watches, maybe 50 steel watches. And most of them were shitters, I have to say. Almost all of them were really shitters if you think about it. I think the best watches he had were like Steinhardt's, you know. Um, and I'm thinking to myself, why would you buy, let's say he had 50, let's use a round number. Why would you buy 50 shitters when you could take that money and probably buy one decent watch? Here, use your calculator here, Bree. I'm not good with math. Let's use an average price of $250 a watch for what he paid. Let's say he had 50 of them. What's 250 times 50? I should know that math in my head, but I'm stupid.
12,500.
12,500. He could probably buy a gold stunner for that. He could probably buy a gold Omega Let us know in the chat, guys. Do you think he could buy an 18 karat gold Omega, a decent looking one, for 12,500 used? Let us know in the chat if you think that would be doable. I think it
I
would be
think so.
doable. Dur's in the house. If Bitcoin was rose gold, would you buy it, Craig? No, no, no. See, that's a good question, because
Yeah,
Bitcoin is the
Bitcoin's like
original.
invisible.
Bitcoin is the real deal, and rose gold is an altcoin, like an altcoin, right? It's like an alternative that people think it's better. That let me throw more copper in here, make it look more like copper, and all of a sudden I've improved on yellow gold. Are you freaking kidding me? You're really going to improve on yellow gold? Go open up another tab here and pull up. Actually, let's go over to the Rolex brand, to the watch brand, right? I guess that would be Mid-Atlantic TV, because I think we have.
There's a Grand Seiko one.
Yeah, I think we have. Well, first of all, we have this, right? There's yellow gold. I think. Yeah, here we go. I mean, are you kidding me? Somebody would actually buy something in rose gold instead of that? I mean, how do you improve on the color of that watch? That's a pretty accurate. That photo's pretty true to the color of the yellow gold that Rolex uses, the alloy that they use. I just don't know. I don't know that you could really improve on that. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. What you guys think about that. Can you really improve on that color of gold? Let's see. Pull up a 6119R. 6119R, Bree. It's going to be a Patek Philippe. Yeah. Probably that one. That's probably it. Yeah, that's probably it, right? Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at that. Go ahead and switch over to it. And go ahead and click on the image. So maybe it'll make it larger if you just click on it. No, it doesn't. What a shitty website. Excuse my French. We can't even get a large version of that photo. Okay, so get your mouse off it so we can at least see the whole watch. Yeah. I like the bezel. I'm not a big fan of small seconds hands like that personally, but I guess some people like them. And yeah, I would absolutely get that in yellow gold instead of the rose. I just don't get wanting gold that looks a little like copper.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I guess I'm too old school for all that stuff. And the problem with rose gold too is it often is not consistent. Like if you get something that's rose gold and a Patek, it might not be the same shade as rose gold and a Rolex, right? Or maybe even rose gold and Omega, right? They're all kind of like a little bit different. They have their little different take on it. And so, and if you buy other jewelry, like you buy a rose gold, like if you bought a rose gold faux neck bracelet, those don't look anywhere near as coppery as that, because Steve has one. And so that wouldn't match. So see, stuff that you have wouldn't match, right? And whereas if you stick with yellow gold, 18 karat yellow gold, most of the alloys are pretty close. They're pretty close. Okay, let's go back here. So no, that would be a fail if you, Jason, if you traded the 002 for that, that would be a total fail. I'm sorry to break that one to you. Lance is in the house. Craig, would you buy a Tudor if it was 18 karat yellow gold? No, not me, because I've got the 002, so I have no need for it. But I would rather, tell you the truth, I'd rather have that than 50 shitters like that one guy. He has 50 shitters. I'd even take the Tudor, I mean, over all his shitters. And that's saying something about how shitty his watches were. I hear they call it rose gold because the ladies love a man who wears it just like they love roses. Well, that's an interesting take. Dur in the house always has an interesting take. Patek gold is gold from the gods. There you go. Yeah, but still I'd go with the yellow. What else, Bree? Are you going to show do you want Bree to show her outfit?
Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know in the chat if you want to see. Bree has a Christmas outfit. She's wearing a cashmere top coat. A cashmere top coat.
It's pretty long.
Because it is. Is it cold in here?
It's freezing. Is the heat like not turn on?
Heat? What heat? We don't turn on no stinking heat. And how cold is it outside?
It's like 20 degrees.
Huh?
20 degrees.
Like 20 degrees. Good thing this place has walls that are like 4 foot thick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad. Let's see. They don't make that model in yellow gold. Well, Jason, buy something historic. I mean, there's all kinds of Pateks out there that are yellow gold that are gorgeous. So broaden your horizons a little bit. Anyway, you don't need to. You've got a superior watch in the 002. Let's look at the 002, Bree. That is superior. Any way you slice it, that is superior. So, and of course, that photo doesn't do it justice. Pull up a good photo of the 002. Let's see here. When is Bree going to release a Christmas album? I want to see her do the Christmas song that girls did in the movie Mean Girls. Oh, there must have been a cool. We'll have to check it out. So yeah. What else? Okay, there we go. Yeah, show a few of those first ones. Start with the first one, and you can just use the arrow, right? Well, to go, yeah, and then you just use the arrow.
That's the back of it.
Look at that. Look now. Wait. Hold on that side view. See how elegant the side view of that watch looks. And I try to stress this to you guys that it's so important that the watch have a beautiful side view, because on the dress watch, that's a view people see often as it's peeking out underneath your cuff. They see that side view. And I think the side view of the 002 is just stunning. Look at the shape of those lugs. Look at that brushing on it. Look at the beautiful crown. It just is amazing. Go on through a couple more shots. And there's the other side of the case. Again, very elegant. Of course, the deployant clasp. And go back to the hands, because Jason's making a point that the hands on the 002 are not gold. Go back to the hands. The dial. Yeah, you go one more. There we go. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of the people that talk about Grand Seiko don't have any clue about Grand Seiko. So we really don't know if these hands are gold or not. I will say that mine are showing no signs of tarnishing or anything. I mean, the indices, the hands look perfect. So if 20 years from now they start tarnishing or something like that, then I'll let you guys know. But so far, 2 years in, it's perfect. So the proof is in the pudding, right? If they hold up, they hold up. And again, I don't know how trustworthy anybody that says anything about Grand Seiko, because half of those guys that work for Grand Seiko don't have a clue what they're talking about, especially Joe Kirk. I mean, if a guy that spends all his time messing with these watches, he's clueless on a lot of things, I'll have to tell you. But he's a busy man. He's glad handing people all the time. He doesn't have time to dig into the details. Craig, pull up the Mean Girls Christmas dance video. We should do that. Okay, try to pull it up. Go to YouTube. Mean Girls Christmas dance video. Switch back to here until you find it. I heard the GS melted copper pennies to make the hands. There you go. Yeah, we might as well start some real rumors about it. Like, for example, nobody really knows definitively what parts of the clasp are titanium and what parts are stainless steel. I've never been able to get a straight answer on just some simple detail like that, right? And you would think somebody would know, but I wrote to Grand Seiko. They didn't know. Steve doesn't know. Nobody knows. So I think it's clear that some parts of it are stainless steel, but I don't know what parts, if any, are titanium. I know it works fine. It looks fine. It matches, at least this part of it, the color matches this part perfectly. So I don't know if that means this and this are titanium and maybe the inner workings are stainless. Just don't know. It says on it, it says, I think it says titanium and I think it also says stainless steel. Here, let's look right now live on the show. Let's see here. See if you can find, what does it say in here? Oh, it's dirty. I got to clean that. What's it say in there? You got better eyes than me.
Seiko
Craig, your
titanium.
portfolio has been roasted the last 6 months. What portfolio are we talking about?
Titanium alloy and ST steel.
So it says both.
There's like a plus and then
Yeah, so it says like it's both.
and then Japan -B.
Yeah, and that's on the clasp. It says that on the clasp, but that it doesn't say whether or not it's saying, okay, the clasp is stainless steel, but the rest of the bracelet is titanium.
Yeah.
And nobody really seems to know
'Cause they're so
the answer to the
similar.
question. So Durr's in the house. Fellow says, hey, Lance, Durr's in the house. I think the inside of the stamp class on GS says made in Guatemala. There you go. All right, that'd be United States. I mean, not United States, that'd be America. Right, that's part of America.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Central America. So
Exactly. So
here's the scene.
We're gonna play it.
I hope that we don't get copyrighted.
We'll just play a little bit of it. Okay, let's go for it. I like the outfits.
Yeah, they're cute.
But we can't hear it.
Yeah.
All right, pause it. That's enough. We're going to watch all of it later, and we want you guys to do the same because we couldn't even hear it. Hopefully you guys could hear it. That's almost like that's similar to your outfit.
Yeah.
They haven't said that they want to see your outfit. They haven't said that. I guess they don't want to see your outfit, so that's okay. That saves us time of you having to get up and take the coat off and all of that. You know what I mean?
Get out of the chair.
Get the chair out of the way. All that kind of stuff you'd have to do to show the outfit.
Well, I mean, if they go to Brief It Dance, I showed my outfit there. Brief It Dance YouTube.
Oh, yeah, on your show.
My show.
Yeah, Brief It Dance. She did a live show before this one. If you guys want to see the really racy stuff, you got to go to Brief It Dance to her channel. Go to her YouTube channel. Look how white your teeth look. Did you do another treatment?
Nope.
You should. You're supposed to do it like what, every 3 months or something?
Yeah.
Do you still have that
stuff? It's
stuff?
been a long time.
Do you still have the stuff?
No, I gotta get it. I gotta get new stuff.
You used it all?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say Durr says, Craig, have you done a reaction video to the new Indiana Jones trailer? No, I haven't even seen it. The Indiana Jones trailer. I do tell. What's the deal? He, by the way, Harrison Ford has had shoes made by Russell Moccasins up in Berlin, Wisconsin. So even though he famously wore Aldens in the movie, and he did wear Aldens in real life also, there have been people that have said that he actually prefers the Russell moccasins that he's had made up there, that he's had several pairs made by those folks, and he actually prefers them, which I think they're 10 times better made than the Aldens. Aldens, there's a couple of videos about them. There's this one guy that cuts shoes apart on his channel and goes into all the detail. and they are really somewhat disappointing, the Alden Indy boot, as far as the quality of the construction. It's kind of like overpriced for what it is,
Hmm.
unfortunately. Now, maybe it was made better back in the day, which I wouldn't doubt, but like, for example, some of the leather components in there, instead of being real leather, they're like this process stuff where they like grind it up and they press it into a piece of leather, and it's kind of like almost like fake leather. Um, they're using stuff like that in the construction. It's really not not uh, not appropriate for the price point. I'll put it that way. Let's see. Steve in the house. Any thoughts on getting down to Florida this season? I don't think so. I actually rented my house in Sarasota for the season for 1 Bitcoin.
Oh, cool.
For 1 Bitcoin. So I added another Bitcoin to my stash. And so that's in the bag. And but we were just talking yesterday about this. I think I'm done with cold weather. I think I'm next
You're
winter
you're leaving.
I'll be in Sarasota. Yeah, even if they offer me 2 Bitcoin next winter, I think I'm still going to go down there. Let's see here. I get my Allen Edmonds off eBay, Craig. Good value. Allen Edmonds. Yeah, well, shoes are a great thing, believe it or not, to buy used on eBay, but you have to get them in mint condition. You have to get a pair that somebody just literally didn't wear, or maybe wore once or twice and put them in their closet, because you don't want them broken in, because a high quality pair of shoes, they have cork in the bottom usually, or a piece of leather that will form to your feet. And so if they've had a lot of use, they've already formed to somebody else's foot, and that's not good. So, but if you get them to where they've had very little use, and you can tell by the soles, as long as they're the original soles and they have very little wear, and like the heel has very little wear, the heel gets kind of run over. As long as all that is straight and crisp and everything else looks mint, then buying shoes used, as long as you're buying your correct size and you know your size, can be a super value, because you might
Interesting.
buy $1,000 pair of shoes, by Edward Green or somebody like that, right? Some high quality English producer. You might buy a $2,000 pair of shoes for $100. You know, uh, it happens all the time. And some people have multiple pairs of shoes, and some of them they just didn't like and just didn't wear. There was a gift from their wife or whatever, and they just didn't like it, or they just, for whatever reason, maybe they died, 2 weeks after they got it. I don't know. But the damn things end up on eBay, and they go for a fraction of what they would normally be worth. So there you go. Cheers to Craig and Lady Brianna from Germany. Would like so much to see the Christmas outfit. Stig in the house.
Oh,
Okay.
yay. We got one.
All right. Hello, Honorable Craig and Bree. Merry Christmas. Okay.
Merry
Yes.
Christmas.
Thank you in advance. Yes, this is our Christmas party. All right. So let's do this.
So
Let's put this chair over to the side. You're going to have to be at this point because I want you to be in focus. Okay. So we'll just swing this over a little bit. So you're going to have to be right here. And what you're going to have to do is take off your coat, and then you can dance and slowly lower yourself. No, but you got to take the coat off. I know you're going to freeze. I know you're going to freeze, but take it off for a moment. Put it on the chair. Yeah. And now just do, well, I want you to be about right here, because if you go back too far, you're out of focus. Okay. And do just a little shimmy, and then slowly go down so they can see the whole outfit. They got to see the whole outfit. Well, Bree, you can dance more than that. Come on. Put your hair back. For God's sakes. Okay. So there's the outfit. There's the outfit. Okay. Show them the back of the outfit. She's got so much hair. Her hair can like block everything.
Yep. Oh, and I've got both faux necklaces.
You've got 2 faux necklaces, and what do you have on for bracelets?
2 faux bracelets and 1 Cuban.
A Cuban bracelet. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and they're all 18K yellow gold.
Yeah, there you go. Of course.
And they pop. Actually, no, not this.
Not the watch. No. Like that's a Bitcoin watch that was given to you. Yeah. That's kind of cool, actually. It's nice and thin and looks good. It's got the Bitcoin thing on it. Okay, put your coat back on. You're freezing.
There's gonna be photos.
Yeah, she'll have photos. If you DM her on Twitter, she'll send you a photo. Right? If they DM you?
Yeah.
Okay. Follow her, Brief Fit Dance. Let's see here. I have shoes from A to Stony. They make really nice shoes. Okay, cool. Now I've seen the outfit on your channel, Lady Branna. It's lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, so he went to your channel also?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Did you see it now here, or were you gone? I hope he didn't miss it. Let's see.
Good day, bro.
Good day, bro. Okay. So did you share this on your channel? You probably didn't share this one on your channel. This show.
No.
Okay. That's okay. All right, we're going to wrap up because I'm getting hungry.
Same.
And when I start getting hungry, I get mean.
Hangry. Angry.
By the way, this shirt is one of the original Willis and Geiger shirts, Egyptian cotton, made in USA. Can't get them anymore. That's something that you would have to find on eBay if you're lucky enough to find it. They're very hard to find. Don't buy the newer stuff that's made in China or whatever.
This you're talking about?
The shirt, Egyptian cotton.
Okay.
This is suede. This is made in USA. This is Orvis. This is by Orvis. And these are very hard to find also. But this is suede and made in USA. Orvis used to sell some really good stuff. But again, you got to be very careful because any of the newer stuff now, a lot of it's made in Korea or China or God knows where. So be very careful about all of that.
What's for dinner?
You want to tell them?
What's for dinner?
Yeah.
Hoffman subs?
Yeah. Pull up a picture.
Hoffman subs?
We got 2 Hoffman's subs, big ones. One of them is cold cut, and the other is their roast beef. So roast we got one of each.
It's my favorite.
Is there a photo in there of 2? I think we have a photo of 2 side by side from one other time.
Maybe we
didn't upload it?
We didn't add it to.
Oh, well, that was stupid. We didn't. What's that? Is one of those the roast beef? Scroll down. That's a cold cut, right?
That's.
Yeah, show them a cold cut.
Oh, there's the roast beef.
Yeah, show them the roast beef. Okay, that's good. And then let me get this out of the way. And then so that's the roast beef sub. They're now $9, by the way. Thanks
inflation.
Thanks to
government spending money.
Yeah.
Or not spending money.
Overblown government.
Printing money.
So that one's ham and cheese. We didn't get one of those.
Oh, there.
So go to the roast beef. I think we've got a picture of roast. That's roast beef. Do we have a cold cut?
That's cold cut.
That one's cold cut?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a cold cut. So that's what we're having. And what we're going to do, it's really good. Okay. Okay, got you. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is our mode of operations. We eat half of the roast beef first. I got these about 3 o'clock this afternoon, fresh. Okay, so we eat the roast beef first. We each eat half because this is a foot-long sub. Okay, so we eat half. We add, get this, we add some avocado, some hemp seeds,
and mustard,
some mustard,
and
some
pepper.
pepper, and sometimes some pickles.
Sometimes some pickles.
Um,
It just adds a little
what do they call
sweet,
them? Bread and butter pickles, those
sweet
things. But
flavor.
yeah. And so we gussy them up even a little more. They're already great,
Yeah.
right? And we add a little more.
We make it perfect.
And so we have that. And then a little later on, maybe like around 8 o'clock, we have the cold cut sub. Each again half. So we end up eating a whole sub, but we eat it in 2 different stages, basically. Right?
And then we'll have the half of the avocado
Yeah,
later.
do you
If we
generally
have
put half an avocado on?
yours and mine,
Yeah, you just use a half.
I think.
Yeah, I think that's what you do. And then you put a half on the other one.
Yeah.
So basically, a half an avocado is enough for a whole sub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then and you slice it kind of thin and put it on there, right? Because you don't want to make these subs too thick, then it's real hard to eat. Stuff will be falling all over the place. So there's a fine line between adding some good things to your sub and going overboard to where you can't handle it, because it's already a thick, massive. You can't tell from this picture. Whoops, can't tell from this picture, but it's already a pretty massive hunk of sub there. So yeah. We're gonna wrap it up and thank everybody for watching. Thank you so much, Lady Brianna. You really made this show great.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. And let's see if we go to brand here. Is there something we can play? Is there something fun we can play? Oh, somebody just complimented you. So
is there a thank you clip?
Let's see. Let's see what we can find here.
Too big.
Oh, you're beautiful. This one here. Yeah. Right?
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true.
There you go. Absolutely. And this was the reaction to the 002 the other day. Remember the 002? Here's the reaction.
What? I mean, this is amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful. Wow, this is really pretty.
Yeah, really pretty, right? So there you go. And this was the reaction to that guy's watches. Remember the guy that had 50 shitters?
Yep.
This was the reaction to that.
It looks like somebody's nightmare. It looks like somebody's nightmare.
Oh God, that's terrible. The poor guy. All right. So remember, this is the show where
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, some people can't handle the truth. I've actually been blocked and given timeouts several times.
Facebook.
In the drinking coffee and talking watches.
I think they actually blocked me because I never can find them.
They blocked you completely. Yeah. So they blocked me for a couple of times.
They know I'm associated with you.
And here's the thing: I've never changed my behavior. I haven't acquiesced. I haven't kowtowed to their demands to be more civil. And I think that I've been civil. All I've done is when somebody posts a picture of an ugly watch and they're all excited and they ask people, "Hey, what do you guys think? Isn't this cool?" or whatever. I just tell the truth. I don't do it in a belligerent way. I'll just say, "Hey, it's kind of an ugly watch. Can you get your money back?" Something like that.
Yeah.
And they take it the wrong way. I'm just trying to help here. I mean, the poor guy might end up wearing that thing in public.
He might not get a girlfriend.
Do you think if he's wearing an ugly watch, it's not good for getting a girlfriend?
No. Yeah.
That would be a deal killer?
Like he might go out to dinner with a girl and then he won't see her again.
Oh God. You heard it here, folks.
That'll be the
I'm
only
not,
only
hey, that
time.
was unsolicited. I'm not, she said it. She said it. I questioned her. Yeah, I followed up with a question, but she brought it up. I didn't. Okay, don't shoot the messenger here. So anyway, thanks
That's
again
true.
for everybody tuning in. We got to go. We're going to eat something, but it's been real. And we've been live for a little less than an hour because we started about 4 minutes late. So a little less than an hour. Thanks again, everybody, for watching.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Brief Fit Dance. We better show your website one more time.
Okay.
BriefFitDance.com. BriefFitDance.com. Be there or be square, folks.